A team that was slated to potentially make it to the tournament last year, and now after a very challenging year, they're here, they're ready to play, and we are underway. Perfect conference play, 24-2 record overall. Excuse me, 22. Taking a look at the Capital One starting lineups for Georgia.
Well, you need leadership in March, and this is a tough, scrappy Georgia Tech team led by Lorela Cubaj.
Masked up as well. I'll tell you, there's been so many guidelines and protocols that they've had to go through. A block there.
It's an up-tempo game, and defensively, I mentioned Georgia Tech being scrappy, and that's what leads to this fast break opportunity. Tech is a team that...
Well, you just go back to that ACC tournament, played a full 40 minutes for the Yellow Jackets in conference tournament games. He said, I knew that we would be good, but I wasn't expecting us to be this dominant. Nice dish and to the rim.
Fortner and this Georgia Tech team only play about 6 to 7 players, so this pace is exactly what the Ladyjacks want to play. Victory.
And how about Zaya Nugent, host SFA, leading her third different school to the NCAA tournament.
She's very crafty on the offensive end, but don't sleep on her defensively. She's scrappy too.
Fisher, who is vicious from outside.
As I mentioned, the Ladyjacks score 80 points.
Fresh legs for the Ladyjacks. 9 players have hit the court in this first quarter. Deep three in the corner, and it's Fisher. Coming back, pulling up in transition and knocking it down at the buzzer. A big one from Kiera Fletcher, the senior out of Warren, Michigan. And if you just want an infusion of energy, this is the ball game that you tune into and get plenty of it right here. With this outstanding execution on the offensive end, as we've mentioned already, Steffi, 7 assists on 7 made buckets, make it 8. Fisher saving it. Mitchell near the end line. And somehow Ladyjacks keep the possession and are able to assist and hit the bucket.
Is a crafty offensive scorer, but she's also a crafty defensive player. Reads the passing lanes well. Boom.
To another level this season, Georgia Tech has benefited from the fact that Botany is the leading scorer, assister, and tops in steals. 5G halftime report. The crew in studio will break down everything in the first round thus far and all the happenings.
At some points, they can lean away from that positivity when it gets hard, when it's been challenging, but Nell Fortner always reels them back in as Cubaj gets the putback.
The team not ready to give in just yet, seeking their first NCAA tournament win in 9 years. On the take, the left hand strong from Brittingham. Ladyjacks holding for the final shot of the half. Brittingham gets the roll and one.
To me, they just have to slow down. I think that they're playing too fast. And simple cuts like that just make SFA guard you for 30 seconds.
Georgia Tech team coming out of the ACC with 8 teams in the tournament, the most out of any conference, and this is no slouch. The 5 seed coming. Fisher knifing her way through and gets to the bucket. Mosa, he keeps swinging the ball around, looking for the best option, and right there, Hermosa was open. We're able to play 18 of their 20 scheduled ACC games.
If Hermosa can make herself available right at that elbow, that'll alleviate some of the pressure by the Ladyjacks.
Great save by Lotman, and then she's rewarded. Tech, who has really benefited from the international flair, as Nell Fortner has 4 players from overseas, and there's one of them right there. Lottman has a dozen points for the Yellow Jackets. They get it in to Cubaj. Cubaj kicks it over to McQueen and hits it at the buzzer. Second highest seed in program history. We already had a historic season in the ACC, and Cubaj opens the fourth quarter with a reverse layup.
Instead of trying to push the lead further and further. And Georgia Tech just seizing on the opportunity. Big response for the Lady Jacket.
And up the court, the freshman going right at the ACC. A 7-0 run for SFA. They're answering here in the fourth. Good pass. Fletcher puts it up and in. Good look, extra dribble. Banfield missing there. Offensive rebound, couple of bodies to the floor. Brittingham gets it to fall. Living in Atlanta, announcing the game from your home studio. I'm in Tampa, Florida, and how about Cubaj coming over from Italy and doing her thing. They go to Cubaj, 13 in white. Couple of black jerseys around, no problem.
This last minute is all about possessions. Who values the basketball? Who executes within their half-court set? Got to be involved on this play.
Brittingham going right at Cubaj, doesn't get the call, but a whistle underneath the basket. They go to Cubaj. Cubaj being guarded. She goes in some traffic. Fisher's been money all day. She has the ball in her hands. Little hesitation. Good defense. Puts it up. And this one cannot be settled in regulation, folks. We're going to overtime. Boyd trying to go in. Count it! Boyd into Cubaj, kicks it over, stepping in. The 15-footer is good along the baseline for Lottman. Nugent, the leading scorer, has been held quiet. Pass it up to Fletcher. Georgia Tech a minute away from erasing a 17-point halftime deficit.
Won those games by an average margin of 33 points, so not necessarily really tested in conference play. They've looked a little tight to finish this game. You can't hope to make a shot. You've got to expect to make it.
Chance to cut it to 2. And does so. If time, they get it into Cubaj. Cubaj for 3. Off the mark. Cubaj overcommitting there. Brittingham in the corner. The extra dribble. Brittingham going right there. On the old boards. Again having a good shot, but that does it.